not all of us have great experiences with Mother's Day. It might not be the one that is the picture perfect Hallmark Channel kind of day that we all experience. Myself, I don't think that there's been a lot of Mother's Days that have been those memorable breakfast in bed kind of, mornings and things like that. So, yeah, I think that that's a great topic to discuss today. So, how have your Mother's Days gone in the past, and what are you looking forward to?
So mine have not really been great, though last year it kind of redeemed itself because my husband let the kids pick like what they got me and what they did. And so he didn't have to actually plan it, and they did a pretty decent job. So they got me a car blanket because I love like a car blanket. They got me a car blanket, a Yeti cup, and the earrings that I have in right now. That was like the first time I ever got like nice, thoughtful gifts. So that was cool. And they took me to Kennywood
Nice.
on Mother's Day, and they took me to Applebee's for half price appetizers the night before, which are like two of my favorite things. So that was fun. Kennywood's an amusement park, Pearl, if you
Hmm.
like don't know since you're not on the side of the state. But yeah, they took me there, and so that's what we did last year, and it was like the best one I ever had, and it was like very memorable. So I don't want to have expectations that they're gonna do anything this year, but it was a very cool one. Every one prior to that, I cried. Every
Okay,
year.
back up. You get presents? Wow.
This is the first time ever, and they were
Wow.
good.
I
They were good
Yeah,
presents.
you get presents.
One time ever, but they were good this past year.
may, it's funny because my husband is, I've said this before, he's one of 14 children, and days and special occasions were just not a big deal for him. And in our family, it was. So, things, they're just not as important to him. So, or him or my children, but I'll wake up that day and I'll literally stare them in the face. I'm like, hello, hello.
Hello?
And they're like,
You got something to say?
oh, happy Mother's
What?
Day. I'm like, are you serious? I birthed you. Like, hello. There's nobody on this planet that cares for you and loves you more than me. So, hello, so in the past couple years, I've been like, you know what? Screw it. Okay, not, I know they love me. Don't get me wrong, but I do my own thing. I leave the house. Like this Mother's Day, I'm not even kidding you. I'm going on a retreat for 3 days over Mother's Day. I'm like, goodbye.
I love that for you.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
called,
I wanna
and I've
come.
said it before. Yeah, it's called a mother's rest. They have them all over the country. You gotta go. That's just my thing. I'm like, listen, fine, okay. Order your own pizza, make your own food, whatever. See ya. So I love that you guys we got gifts one year because I'd get nothing.
Yeah, the only time ever, but it was such a thought. They were such like well thought out, but it's because my husband let my kids do it. He has a tough time with Mother's Day because his mom died the year we started dating, and he
Oh.
was young still. I mean, we've been together for 15 years. He was young. And he was very close with his mom, and so he struggles with Mother's Day. So it's hard for him to like plan something for me because he's grieving, and I understand. But it's always been like a tough thing for all of us, really, because he, has a hard time with it. But now my kids are bigger, so they're getting to put like their input in, and last year was great. So it was well thought out, so I do appreciate that. But up till then, it was like always a struggle, And his reaction was always like, you're not my mother," which is fair, but Jill has had the same experience.
Yes. Well, and I think like with us, I have a lot of children and all over the place with ages. And I think that we always make the big deal out of everything as the moms. So when it comes to Mother's Day, nobody thinks to do anything. That's what I was just saying before we started recording. If I want a special day, then I have to clean the house, make the food, go buy the food, bring it home, make the food, which drives me insane. And then invite everybody over. They all come over, they eat, they sit around, they hang out with each other, and then they up and leave. And it's just like every other day.
Clean it up.
Yeah, I clean it up. Exactly. And it's just like every other day. So I told my husband this morning, I said, hey, I'm doing a podcast. So everybody got to get out of the house and be quiet. And he said, oh, what's it about? And I said, Mother's Day. Great. you know, and he was like, well, you just like to relax on Mother's Day. Okay. So that was my husband's take on it. And I always think it's funny because he will always get a card. My husband's very much a card person. So he always gets me a card and then he makes the kids sign it. My son will actually sign Logan Carlisle. He actually puts his last name on my card. And it's funny because he is now 19, but he still always signs.
Logan Carlisle. I'm so
official,
glad
so
about
formal.
Yes. So it's just, and I honestly, like, I hate to do this because I get so sick and tired of everybody always blaming the parents for everything. But I truly feel like we've always been the ones to make a big deal out of everything for everybody else. So when it comes to us, like, I'm not joking when I tell you on my birthdays, on holidays, on Mother's Day, I'll get a text from some of my children. Happy Mother's Day. A text. A text.
that.
Jax.
Yes, you don't want to know what I send back. So, you know, it's just, like I said, I just think it's because we're the ones that make the big deal. We're the ones that make things special. And I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm getting like tired. There's been a lot of holidays. I'm wore down. So no, I don't have
No, it's
good.
very, every holiday I feel like it's a scramble. This morning I'm laying in bed. That's why I clocked in late because I'm putting in my Walmart order and trying to like clean my house up a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, who's she yelling at?
It's all good.
Yeah. Well, that's why, like I said, I just think it's hard because, again, like, you know, Easter's this weekend. Everybody wants to do Easter. Everybody wants to do an Easter egg hunt. Great. So you know what that means? I have to clean the house. My husband's going to mow the grass. I'm going to, you know, clean up everything. I'm going to make all the food. I'm going to put out like 200 eggs because I have grandchildren.
My kids keep saying, when's our Easter egg hunt? When's our Easter egg hunt? Can I just tell you, I have not bought an Easter egg? Not one. I don't have an egg in the house.
Listen,
So-
they have bags now of pre-filled eggs.
Yeah, but they're probably all sold out. I probably have to go far away to get them, like a
Yeah,
an obscure
they're
Walmart,
gone.
because our Walmart's the busiest one on the
Let's go
East
far
Coast.
away. Let's go far away.
Let's go
fight.
Just go far away and don't come back till Monday.
I'm just gonna drive to Pearl's house to go to Walmart. We'll see you next week.
Absolutely.
Tracy, we'll see you in 3 hours.
There you go.
I want to know more about this mother's retreat thing.
Yes. Listen, it's on Facebook or go to the website. It's called A Mother's Rest. The original is in Maryland, right outside of Frederick, Maryland. And it's about 2.5 hours for me, maybe 2 hours. And then she has another one in Georgia. So it's like a historic B&B. And I just, on Mother's Day or just throughout the year, I really do try to do my self-care. I try to do that. And again, I'm doing that on Mother's Day weekend. I'm
Like, do you have to do stuff? Because like when we
No.
do our retreat, as much as I
Nothing.
like you guys, I'm not doing the trust thing with you.
no, nothing.
So
Nothing. So
Okay.
there
No
are
trust falls.
So
Okay,
every-
no trust falls.
So every weekend, if you look on their website, they have sister facilities around the country, but the main one is in Maryland. There's one in New Jersey and one in Georgia, the main ones. But I think there's one towards the western part of the state too. So look it up. It's
okay,
awesome.
I will. I write it down.
Yeah,
It's only 3 hours from us.
Yeah, like people drive all over. Now, every weekend is a different group. So one might be, this is the Down syndrome moms weekend. But usually it's special needs moms, right? So anybody can go. So some moms don't leave their room for the 4 days or 3 days because they haven't had respite for 5 years, right?
Exactly.
Some
Yeah.
people go to dinner with
32
each
years.
other. Listen, I don't really talk to people when I'm there. I mean, I do, but I don't do things with them. I don't go out to dinner with them because I need my brain to quiet. Yeah. And you can
So
Oh,
what
that's-
I'm hearing is you guys need an excuse to get away. So the
Yes.
next time you just need to say, like, I'm going out on a retreat for work, and you schedule yourself to go away by yourself somewhere. And you do whatever you need to do because that is self-care. That is taking care of yourself. And because I think it's very, I think our hearts hurt when we aren't recognized on these days that are supposed to be these very special days for us as moms, and I know that there's been several times that a Mother's Day weekend or day has turned out to be the worst day. We'll end up in tears, and the memory will last more of those disappointment, those times that were just so horrible or whatever, than those ones that, hey, I made you breakfast in bed this time, because there's so many more disappointments than there are happy ones. So I think that, what would you say to a mom out there that is feeling, or maybe not looking forward to a Mother's Day?
Well, I think that we need to make it known, like, you're not going to get that Hallmark thing. You might have a fabulous husband and great kids, and I have a fabulous husband and great kids, but they're very spoiled. I have done everything for everybody for so long, so it doesn't click to them. Okay, now it's your turn to do for me. So we need to make it like, you need to realize, just because you don't get breakfast in bed and the flowers and the homemade gifts and the earrings, they still love you. They still love you. It's just, they don't have the mama hearts, so they don't know to do all the things that we do. So it doesn't mean that you're any less of a mom or that your kids don't love you. They just suck. I don't know. I guess no, it's just, I think you just need to make people realize that it's not always going to be that Hallmark. And you know what I mean? And it's okay. It's okay if you cook on the grill or you have hot dogs for lunch.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's Mother's Day. It's literally, it's a day supposed to be a day for us, but I don't know. I guess my big thing is not to put that high expectation on it.
Yeah.
Because I always felt bad, and real quick, and not that I should jump to Father's Day, but for Mother's Day, they always, we get the little styrofoam cups with a piece of tissue paper. And last year, I think my kids brought home, like, it was like a vegetable plant. I don't even know what it was.
But then the styrofoam gets a hole in it, and then you have dirt all over your car, and you're like trying to be like, I love this, as you're cleaning up the dirt that's spilled in your car.
One of my kids brought home a tomato plant last year for
Yeah, in a styrofoam cup that gets a hole in it from the stick, and then there's dirt leaking everywhere.
Well, my favorite part is the tissue paper that's on the bottom with the rubber band around it, and then your kids water it, and then it stains your sheet. But anyways, you think about it, like, dads never get the homemade Father's Day gift. So that's what I always feel bad about. Like, dads never get that homemade gift. So I love when my kids are little and they're in elementary school, because at least you get the styrofoam cup with the thing. Because once your kids get out of school, like, you don't get nothing. But like I said, I just think that we just need moms to realize, you might not get that day, but it's okay. It's okay. Make that day for yourself, like Miss Pearl here.
Yeah. I love this. I want to do that. That sounds like the best time. I never think to do things like that for myself.
Well, because your kids are, you still got a lot of littles, and you can still do it with littles. You can still do it. You just have to plan ahead, and you have to say, to your husband, to your partner, whoever, to the moms listening, just tell your significant other, plan it months ahead. This is not something you can plan a week ahead, because we have to make sure everything is taken care of at home, right? Because we're moms. We have to make sure everything is ready so we can go. So yeah, just do it, but plan ahead, and it's awesome. It's awesome.
I think that's the part of it too. It's like 2 weeks before Mother's Day, and you're like, that's it. I'm doing something. I'm making an appointment. I'm getting something done. But then it's too late, and I don't have a babysitter, and then, So like I said, it's okay. It's okay. You might not have that day, but you're still that mom. You're still the mom. You're still the keeper of the chaos.
Absolutely.
Keeper of the chaos.
I love that.
I like that.
Keeper of the chaos.
I'm the keeper of the chaos.
I am the queen of the chaos.
I'm going to take that down. I love it. Keeper
Chaos queen
of the chaos.
Chaos coordinator, keeper of the chaos.
I love it. Yeah, Mom's Day, it can be, it's just one of those days, and it's just hard. It can be hard, but we have to kind of switch it, and even if it's something small you want to do for yourself, just do it. Just get out there and do it. Even if it's, hey, I want to go to, shopping for 2 hours by myself. Don't take your phone, just go. Because a lot of times we're always connected to our children or our spouse. It's like you get somewhere and your phone's going off. Oh, can you bring me Chipotle? Can you bring me Chick-fil-A? I'm like, Oh my
My
God.
kids track me. I will be in the
Yes.
drive-through at Arby's, and my son will text me, "Hey, can you pick me up a number 3?" No, no, I cannot.
Will gets these all the time. The one day we're like working, like actually hard working. I was helping her with something. I don't remember what, goal planning. And Logan calls the house phone like repeatedly. She thinks something's wrong. He wants Chipotle. He's like, "Hey, mom, I need Chipotle. I need you to drop it off at the school." She's like, "I am working. I'm actually sitting here working so hard. I can't do that right now."
Yeah, you're right. We're always connected. And like and on the flip side, I love that my kids know they can always get a hold of me. But in the same instance, come on, dude. Like, yeah.
Yesterday, I'm at court, right? I'm at court for 12 hours yesterday. Probably not, probably more like 8, but still, it was a
It
really
felt
long
like
day.
12.
12 sounds better. Go ahead.
My husband and my oldest daughter are fighting. So they're both blowing up my phone. I'm talking like 10 text messages each at the same time. While I'm sitting in this courtroom, I'm not even supposed to have my phone, but it's vibrating like my butt every 3 seconds. I'm like, someone just kill me now. Like, please. Cell phones are like the bane of my existence. I want to be left alone.
Well, that's
Yeah.
a good thing. Then you can say, just put the cell phone away on Mother's Day, you know?
Yes. Nobody talked to me
Take
for
care of yourself
24
on
hours.
Mother's Day. I think too, like sometimes I would just wish, like, to all the dads out there, I think that, talk to your kids, take them to the store to get those, Mother's Day cards or a little gift for lovely.
There you
Sorry.
are. Yeah, go ahead.
So sometimes I just was like, why didn't you take the kids to the store to get a card? Why didn't you take our daughter to, maybe go get a gift for me? Because she can't do it on her own, like way back then. Even now she's 18, but still take her to the store and, help her to get something. Remind her that Mother's Day is coming up. Do you want to get your mom, a card or something for, for her? But it's your partner's responsibility sometimes to say, "Hey, let's go get something for
Go
mom."
do it. Yeah, Frank did that last year for the first time ever, and it was like the best.
Right?
I mean, I was like, it was small stuff. It wasn't anything big, but it was like the
It doesn't have
best.
to be diamonds.
You could tell
I
the
would love
kids picked it up.
diamonds.
They were so excited. Like the boys, like one picked out a blanket, like the car blanket that was pink and leopard print, which was very much me. And then the other one got me a purple Yeti, which purple's my favorite color. And they were like, they didn't even wrap them. They were like so excited to give them to me. And it was just the cutest thing ever. I loved it. So even it wasn't big stuff, but if it was just such a nice gesture tell your partners that that's like such a great thing because it was wonderful actually. And I've never had, I've been a mom for 13 years. That was the first time that ever happened.
Well, you see my husband as much as I do, so please let him know.
Listen, I'm at the grocery store yesterday, the little one. We have like a little grocery store where we live, and I'm kicking my car, right?
Well, first of all, little backstory, she wrecks her car once a month. Once a month, she wrecks her car. So
I just got it back on Friday from the body shop, okay? And I was kicking it because it looked like they didn't clip the plastic thing around my wheel well. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm kicking my car. I hear this like gravelly man voice behind me, like, "Hey, what are you doing? Didn't you just get that back? What'd you do to it now?" It's her husband.
That would have been a good opportunity to say, "Hey, by the way, it's Mother's Day."
yeah,
A Mother's Day gift. Yeah, but I love to give him a hard time, so I would say that. Like, "Hey, what are you buying Joe for Mother's Day? Do you want to just like make me I'll take you shopping. Let's go buy presents right now."
Yeah,
you
exactly.
can fix my car.
It doesn't have to be.
I was like, right. Well, he said it's fine. He said it's supposed to look like that, and I needed to stop kicking it.
And like you said, it doesn't have to be massive stuff. Like seriously, I wouldn't even care if you got me a plastic rose from CVS at this point, like in a card.
Same, I just something. I just wanted like thoughtful.
But you're right. It's just, Jill hit it on.
Baja Blast, Mountain Dew.
It's
I
just.
remember when I was little for Mother's Day, me and my mom, we would go, and my grandmother, we would go to the nursery. My mom loved planting flowers and loved flowers. And that was like what we did every Mother's Day. But that was her thing. Like we would go to lunch and we would go to the nursery and she would pick out all her flowers to, for her, flower gardens or whatever they're called. I don't know. I don't plant flowers. But I mow everything over. But that was like the thing. And that's what she wanted to do. And that's something she loved. And we did it every year. That would just something little like that would just be. And like I said,
I love a tradition.
Make a
Yeah,
tradition. Yeah. I mean, but that starts little too, like when they're younger, make a tradition. We used to go to, when we lived in Phoenix, we used to go to like the breakfast buffets and things like that at like the resorts or whatever. Back then they were a lot less money. Now
yeah,
it's like they charge 100 and up just to go to, breakfast. I'm like, nope, not going to do that. You know what I mean? Like that's not going
yeah.
to happen. But we also did a nursery last year, I believe. Our nursery down the road had dahlias that
Oh,
she kind of like had them in a pot ready to grow, and so you pre-ordered them, and then when it was closer to Mother's Day, you picked them up and you were able to give them. And then she planted it, and it was like this beautiful, and so I'm going to do that again this year. But I mean, like, yeah, like just think about those little things, just the appreciation that something can last too, that doesn't just last a
Mhm.
day, maybe.
and I
And
think when
we're so sentimental. Like I would look at that dahlia or I would look at that plant or whatever, and I would be like, oh, my kids, like they don't, they
Yeah,
just, and you're right, it's the mama heart. It's, we're so
it is.
vested and so like, we give it 110% and we would just like maybe 25% back. Not even 50, 25 would be
We
good.
just need a little, like just a little on a day, one day out of the whole year.
And again, sometimes, and this sounds kind of strange because I mean, we were young when we got married, but talking about this stuff, like to the young moms with your
Yeah.
partners, talk to them about what you expect out of, I don't want to get heavy, but like out of life. And again, how do you celebrate birthdays? What do you celebrate? How do you, it's a little weird, but sometimes you have to kind of, if they don't know, they don't know. If they weren't brought up that way, they might not know. So, maybe have some discussions with your partner about, hey, in the future,
yeah, I
That's
think
really
that's good,
good
Pearl, because
advice.
I'm married to my husband is has a brother. That was it. So it was his parents and two boys. Well, and they were farmers and they were always out on the farm working. And so stuff like that. Like I know my mother-in-law made a huge ordeal about Christmas for her boys, but I can guarantee you that nobody made a big deal about her for Mother's Day or stuff like that. So, like you said, I think that's a big deal. I mean, a good conversation to have. Hey, listen, my family made a big deal out of birthdays and, Christmas and, the holidays because some people don't come from that. And it's not that his parents didn't want to do that, but it was just when you're a woman in a household of three men and you live on a farm and you're taking care of, like, you don't think like that. And I just don't think that he came from that mentality.
Mhm.
And he tries, he does. Like I said, he'll get a card or he'll get, but I don't know, sometimes it's like everything I do, everything I do. And
Take a
I get,
card.
yeah, with Logan Carlisle in it.
I think that's so funny.
I love
Actually, I
that.
love it.
That's hysterical.
Or already written in it. Come on.
Yeah, yes. Well, and like I said, I just think that like they just don't think like that. And then on the other hand, moms like us, we think too much. Like, oh my God, I've birthed you, you've survived, I've given you my body, my life, every minute of every dime I have, and
Yeah.
I
That
get
was a
it.
big sigh. It was like I felt that sigh, Jill, actually.
yes,
You know what I
yes,
mean?
yes,
I
yes.
did.
And
I
I know,
felt
yeah, and we know they love us, we know, but I also think that sometimes they don't realize that we need that, and that's a big thing. I don't think that our kids ever know that we need something too.
Right.
That's
They
it. Because like we're just so. I mean, I'm just like so go with the flow. I don't like really expect much out of anybody ever. So they like don't understand that I want something that one day.
Well, I got to
Mhm.
tell you real quick. So, I mean, Tracy and Chrissy know this. I'm planning a trip to take my boys to Disney for Christmas. We went to Halloween a couple years ago. Well, my daughter was supposed to come with my grandsons, and she just opted out, and she's not going to go. It's expensive, and it was just going to be literally like the seven of us, my three boys, and her two boys, and so I said to my boys, when they know, so I said to my 10-year-old, who's my wild child, I said, would it upset you if we didn't go to Disney this year? And he was like, no, Mom, as long as I'm with you, we could be at Walmart.
Oh my God.
Oh,
I know, and he
oh,
was
Said
just like,
no.
he is the sweetest boy.
Oh my gosh.
That is like priceless right
I
there.
know. Now,
You don't
I'm
need a
not-
Mom's Day now. Like you
Well,
got
no,
it.
I know. So that's why, like I said, they don't realize that we need that. But him
Yeah.
saying that to me, opting out of a Disney trip, which he loved Disney, all
Yeah.
he needed was me at Walmart.
He
But
loves it.
yeah, but my 8-year-old was not real happy. He did
Oh,
not.
it was Riker. I was thinking that was
That
Tegan
is
said
so
that. And I was like, oh,
priceless.
yes.
Yeah,
You should
yeah.
write that down somewhere. Like,
I will.
you know,
I'll
like
have
how,
to.
like
Yeah.
at the age of this is what you said to me.
Yeah, and I'll let him know when
know what I
he's
mean?
brat. At
Yeah.
age 10, you love me so much.
He
Right.
was like, we better go to Disney.
That's
Yeah, Tegan was
amazing.
like-
See, I would
Oh my God, wait. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
go ahead, sweetie. Go ahead.
No, it's a completely unrelated.
Oh. No, I would
Go
just,
ahead.
I would just hold on.
Sure.
Like, sometimes we're like so we so need those like little things. We don't expect them, but we need them. So when they say that, it's like it like touches my heart and we hold on to that. It's like, wow, you know. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, that's why I think that we need to make moms realize, younger moms, that you might not get that day, you might not get Mother's Day, but it's those things. Like, it's that comment that makes me realize, you know what? Like, they know I'm their mom. They know they can't survive without me.
He
You
is
know.
the sweetest though. Riker is so sweet.
Yeah, he's a little
I
wild.
was getting ready to say that because it's like you get it all the time, right?
Yes.
The expectation that we put on ourselves and society puts on us that we're going to get it all in one day, I
Yeah.
think really puts that pressure and possibly makes it almost turn out to be like not the best kind of day
Mhm.
because of
Right.
all the pressure, expectations we put on and what, all of these things. And so it kind of ends up like, man, that day kind of sucked because it didn't in my mind come out the way that it wanted it.
Yeah,
I
it
wanted
wasn't
it.
Instagrammable. That's
Right.
like the problem. Social media expectations. Like you
Yeah.
see everyone else like living their best life, and it's like my life is a circus. So how is that? I don't know. You compare yourself to everyone else. You compare your significant other to like what people put on Instagram, and it's crazy because that's not real life. Like if you looked at like my social media, you would think that like I did not live in a circus, but I do in fact. I don't know. So
You're right.
I think that that's a big thing too. Like, don't look at Instagram and expect like your Mother's Day to look like like that. Because all it is like 10 pictures of someone's day. You could easily tell that same story taking 10 pictures throughout your day, even if your day is a disaster.
Oh,
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I think we need to normalize it for people to realize just because it's Mother's Day doesn't mean that you're going to get that day. Like, you're not going to get that homework. You're not going to get that idea in your head that what you want Mother's Day. But like Riker saying that the other day when we thought about canceling the Disney trip, we didn't. We're going, because that means something to them.
Yeah.
And like I said, so him saying that to me proves that, you know what, maybe I have done something right.
You have.
Maybe they are a little sucky at giving me my day, but bits and pieces through the week every day. Like we get it. It's just unfortunately, as the moms, we're the planners.
We
So
are.
if we don't plan it, it's not gonna
It's
happen.
not
And the executioners, not only do you plan it, you actually have to execute
Yes.
whatever
Yes.
the plan is.
Yes.
Like we are the everything, honestly.
And we might
we
have
are
to
the
plan our
everything.
day too.
Which is okay. Maybe we should plan each
It's
other their
okay.
day.
And that's
We'll call
okay.
everyone's husband. I'll be like, excuse me, Gordy, I don't know you, but I work with your wife, and this is what the plan is.
Yeah.
And then you guys can turn around and call Frank, and we'll
Yep.
call Keith.
There you
And
go.
it'll be fine, right? Like,
Scott
Okay.
probably would not answer the phone and go, "Who are you?"
yeah, excuse me, why are you calling me? Mine would be your best friend. He's funny. Jill met him one time, and she's like, your husband's like a girl. He's hilarious. He sat and chatted with her at the dining room table. They were like talking about people in life. Yeah. Well, does anyone else have any last, ditch things they want to share with other mamas that are listening?
I think just be gentle with yourself. I think like we've all said throughout this conversation, don't try not to have those high expectations of the day. If it doesn't turn out the way that you picture it, it's okay. You know what I mean? Because we do have those little days, just like Jill said, you know, that just come out to make it even better. You know what I mean? And one day does not depict the whole entire year. Take away from that, you know? So don't set those expectations too high for yourself or your family.
Know your worth. You know what you do. You
There
know
you
what you
go.
do. And they know what you do. Unfortunately, because we do so much, they expect it because that's what we do. We're moms, and they're not going to come out every day and tell you. They're not going to, but they love you and they need you and they know that you do everything. And that's why they are the way they are, because they know that they have you to count on.
We
If
did
nothing
that.
else in my life, the best part about me being a mom is I know that even at 32, 30, my children and my 8, my 10-year-old, they know they can count on me.
Mhm.
So that is my biggest accomplishment in life, is that my kids, even as adults married with their own kids, they still know they can count on me. They might not celebrate Mother's Day for me, but they always know they can call me. So just know your worth.
You're the best.
That was awesome. Hope everybody has a fantastic Mother's Day, whatever form or shape that appears to be. And I hope it's a great day for everyone.